I'm really excited. This is the first episode of Life with Rob Brazius, the cooking edition. And we're gonna make a cheese sauce today. Well, not really cheese, but you'll see. I'm glad I got some help with the groceries today. Hey Ma, are we gonna get the groceries in sometime today?
Oh, I can't go any further. My knee just popped.
Well, it's only a couple of more steps. Come on. She's always complaining about something. Let's get inside and get those potatoes and carrots boiling. Yep, that's me at 320 pounds. Man, I was living large. Go ahead, you could say it. I was a real fat bastard. But then I got multiple sclerosis. Everything had to change. So I changed it. What else was I gonna do? I'm Rob Brazius, and this is my life. First things first. Take a pound of chopped potatoes and half a pound of carrots and boil them till fork tender. Listen, the carrots are going to be pains in the asses, so chop them a little bit smaller than the potatoes so they cook evenly. Check done this after about 10 minutes or so. After that, check every minute or two, otherwise you're going to wind up with potato soup. Once you've forked your veggies and it was good for the both of you, carefully fish them out and put them into your favorite high-speed blender. Do yourselves a favor and reserve a cup of the boiled water before chucking the rest down the drain. Alright, here's the things that are going to make it taste like cheese. You could read in the recipe what they are. I'm not going to sit here and read it to you like a bedtime story. I mean, I could, but that's going to cost you. I'm available nights and weekends from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Once everything's in the blender, add the reserved water and blend it till silky smooth. Stop every once in a while to scrape the sides so everything gets blended. It may take a while, so be patient. What else you got going on?
Okay, now that we made that delicious sauce, it's time to put everything together, get it in the oven so maybe we can eat sometime today. So you want to get about maybe 13 to 14 ounces of elbow macaroni, and you want to boil it until it's about al dente or a little bit tender. Remember, you don't want to make it too mouchad. That's the Italian word we used to say for mushy, because it's going to go in the oven. It's going to spend about a half an hour in there. So you want to get it just till it has still a little bite to it, because once you put it in the oven, everything's going to soak together, all that goodness, and it's going to get a little bit mouchad on you. See, you learned another word. So now what we want to do is, once we have our pasta in the bowl, we want to use a beef substitute. Now, it has the same smoky flavor as beef, has the same texture as beef, but the good thing is nothing died. And when you have a day where nothing dies, that's pretty good. So you want to start folding it in just a little bit. Don't use it all at once. Start out with maybe half. Because again, this isn't like baking. It's not an exact science. It's cooking. So when you cook, you're always joking around. You're always talking to someone. Maybe you're answering texts or a phone call. Can't pay attention to everything. So we're going to add just a little bit more here. You know what? I'm going to go for broke and add everything. And you want to be gentle when you're mixing it. You don't, yes, it's macaroni, it's pasta, it can hold up to it, whatever. But you just don't want to break it. You don't want to crush anything. You don't want to split anything. The next thing we're going to do, once we get everything nice and mixed up, we're going to take our amazing cheese sauce. We got this cheese sauce recipe from a website, brandnewvegan.com. They are excellent. So you want to just put in half. Oh man, that looks so good. Seriously, it's taking all I have right now not to stick my whole face in that bowl. But I'm a gentleman, or so I've been told. All right, again, you want to mix and just kind of fold a little bit. You don't want to go too crazy with it, because again, we don't want the pasta to break or to split or to ruin anything. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me lean over, you can hear a little better. I love that sound. That and the sound of something hitting a very hot skillet, two of the best sounds in the world. Now, the good thing about this recipe is it's really, really kid-friendly, because if you remember, coming home from school, Mom used to make this casserole with the the box macaroni and cheese. I won't mention any brands, but the box macaroni and cheese, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Not the one that had the packet of the nice silky smooth cream cheese. No, this was the packet with the orange powder. Now real quick, you know what? I'm going for broke again. We're going to use every bit of this cheese sauce. We're not going to waste any of it. So I used to come home and my mom used to make me the macaroni and cheese out of the box with the orange powder. And she would take chopped meat and she would pour chopped meat in it and she would mix it around and she put it in a casserole dish. Now the chopped meat she cooked, thankfully, I guess. But then she put everything in the oven. And I remember the signature of that whole dish was 2 pieces of American cheese. Now we all know American cheese really isn't cheese at all. Most of it's plastic these days and a little bit of cow's milk. So what we're going to do with this, since this is kid friendly, your kids are going to love this. There's vegetables in it, but they won't know it. It tastes like a cheese sauce. It tastes like a tangy version of a cheese sauce. It's silky like a cheese sauce. It has the body of a cheese sauce. And there's elbow macaroni in it. Kids love elbow macaroni. And you have the meat substitute in there, and they're gonna think that they're eating beef. And the great thing about this dish is we're just doing a meat substitute in there, and we're just doing elbow macaroni and the cheese sauce, but you could add anything. You can get creative. You know, you could do diced peppers. You could add jalapeno. You can do all kinds of things if you're making it for adults. I don't know too many kids that go crazy for heat, but you could do anything you want with this. You could add anything. You could leave anything out. So what we're going to do is now you're going to take an oven dish, whatever one you like. Some people like the rectangle, some people like squares. I like a nice deep dish one because when I take the pieces out, I really want people to feel like they're getting a meal on the plate. All right, so the first thing you want to do before anything else is give this a good spray. All right, that way it's not going to stick on you. And then we're going to pour it in the bowl without dropping anything. Although it would be pretty hilarious if I dropped everything right now. Oh man, that looks so good. Now you're gonna see sometimes some of the macaroni didn't get coated with all the cheese. That's all right. Give it a little toss in the dish. All right, that's enough. I could save that later and put it on the floor and Troy can lick it. All right, so you wanna get it nice and even around the whole dish. I love that noise. That noise just, it's like, it's delicious. Deliciousness, I should say. But yeah, it's not hard for you to make plant-based meals that, I mean, I've done the research. You know, I am a skeptic. You know, when I got diagnosed with my multiple sclerosis, the path was doctor, medicine, doctor, medicine, see what happens, doctor, medicine, repeat. And you know what? I got a phone call one day from my doctor and he basically told me I need to stop the medicine I'm on. Oh, look, that one's for me. A little cheese on my finger. So I got a call from my doctor and he was pretty frantic telling me to stop taking my medicine. What? Oh, okay, I will. But he'll see me in 2 weeks and we can talk about further options. Okay, so if this is really important and something's really going wrong, why am I waiting 2 weeks to see him? I started thinking. So in that 2 weeks, because I never like to sit back and really take anything, I did some research and I realized that maybe food might be the way to change my life, to change my condition, to change my health. So I found plant-based, I found all this cooking, I found these delicious alternatives to things I've been doing all along. And it's just doing something new, something a little different. And the learning curve is pretty quick because you look for something, you find it, you replace it, you're done. But this kind of healthy living that I'm experiencing now, I can't imagine going back to what I used to eat before. And it's just going to take a little bit of time and you won't believe the person that you're going to become, how you're going to feel, and how your taste buds and your palate's going to change. You're no longer going to crave things like, you know, fast food tacos or fast food burgers. You're gonna crave delicious, healthy food. So now, The coup de grace of any casserole is going to be breadcrumbs poured over the top. So you want to take about maybe 2 cups of breadcrumbs. You might not use it all, but just so you have it in reserve. And you want to add some olive oil to it, just so you get a consistency that's a little clumpy, but that olive oil is going to let it get brown in the oven. So what you want to do is, you just want to, and it doesn't matter if you get stuff all over the counter, doesn't matter. I grew up with my mom, and all she did was she would cook something and she'd have the sponge in the other hand. Me, I don't care. I'm a mess. I'm a pig. I just get it all over the place. Because you know what? I really don't care what's on the counter. I only care about what's in the dish. Pat that down so it's nice and solid. All right, while you're doing this, you're gonna have your oven preheating at 350. We're gonna throw that in 30 minutes, but we're gonna check in about 20. All right, so now we got this together. Let's bring it to the oven and let's get this dinner going. You good? Remember, talk to me, not the camera. Okay. Or you could answer the camera if I tell you to answer the camera. Just I'll direct you. It's fine. Okay. I know. We're cool. We're getting going. Don't worry about that. See, she doesn't know how we are. She has no idea. Like right now, honestly.
Well, she's normal.
Well, yeah, she is normal. But honestly, me and you, like right now, like seriously, if we get pissed at each other, that whole table's going, and we're fighting with the dog.
Touch the dog, you're going down.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, he's my dog though.
No, he's not.
Oh, what are we gonna do? Split him in half? Who does he sleep with?
He has no choice. He cries and screams out all night long. He doesn't want to go with you.
Cries and screams out? No, he snores.
When we have to take him off my bed, he doesn't want to go.
Does this look like a dog that wants to go anywhere but on my lap?
Let's go. What would you like, Your Majesty?
Why don't you be quiet for a second? I'll start it.
Okay.
All right, so I'm here with my mom, Maria, and my brother, Troy. And I laid out a nice little fondue platter for them and some nacho cheese with tortilla chips. So, Mom, why don't you grab either a piece of sausage? Why don't you take a piece of broccoli or a piece of bread and dip it in the cheese?
Just the bread here?
Yeah. Careful, don't drip it all over the place because you're a slob. How is that?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
That's it. Would you say that's a really good cheese sauce?
Definitely.
Yeah, it's not cheese.
No. Oh.
No.
Oh.
It's made out of Yukon Gold potatoes, carrots, nutritional yeast for some cheesy flavor to it, and
that
salt and pepper.
I like it a lot.
Why don't you try it with a piece of broccoli now? See, I'm more of a vegetable person.
No, I'm not a broccoli person, but this cheese sausage killed the broccoli.
Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can say where
Easy, boy. Oh, it's nice.
I hope so. Went in there, huh?
Oh, you dropped it?
Yep.
Jesus, we're on a budget.
I can't even.
How is it, though?
I even like the broccoli because it's crispy and crunchy. I like
can
that.
hear it.
Yeah.
I can hear it because you chew with your mouth open because you're a pig.
I'm Italian.
Yeah, well, I know. All right, let's see, because Troy loves broccoli. Let's see if Troy loves broccoli. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus, yes, he does. He sure does. All right, why don't you grab yourself a tortilla chip and dip it in. Try to stay away from the jalapenos in the middle, because Yeah, I know. You're going to be in the bathroom all day tomorrow.
Do that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wow.
How is that? It's good, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you got that in a restaurant, would you be happy with it?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
See?
It's a little bit hot, but just enough that I could tolerate it.
Exactly, just enough. And that's the thing you can do with it.
Wow.
It's your choice. You can make it hotter. You can make it milder. You can put things on the table that add different flavors to it.
Wow.
And you don't really have to shock anyone into, oh, look how much heat I can take. Troy likes it on broccoli. Troy likes anything with broccoli.
Yeah, he likes broccoli.
And, Mom, you've been...
I have another piece of bread and go in there?
Please, you can have as much as you want. Enjoy. So this sauce would even make your shoe taste good. I swear. You know what? I'm going to try that. Hang on a second. I got another surprise for you. Okay, it's been 30 minutes, so now we're going to get it out of the oven. Oh, it smells really, really good. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to remove the foil. We want to put it on broil. And now you don't want to walk away for even a second. I'm serious. stuff can go really, really bad really, really quick with the broiler. I don't care if the doorbell rings, cell phone rings, your kids need you. Well, yeah, you got to go help your kids, but shut the oven off, get it out, and then finish when you come back. I'm serious. Don't leave even for a second. All right, I got to stand up. My back hurts. All right, so now comes the fun part. We're gonna plate this and we're gonna eat it and we're gonna enjoy it. As you can see, I got a nice golden brown little crust on the top from the breadcrumbs. I love it a little bit darker, but it gives that nice smoky flavor to the breadcrumbs. You're gonna love it. So we're gonna cut into this. You could hear the crunch of the breadcrumbs and the ooey gooey cheese underneath it all. Oh, that looks amazing. I think that's gonna be my piece. All right, Ma, you gotta try this. Do you remember when I was a kid and you used to make the box macaroni and cheese with the orange powder and all that, and you used to put hamburger in it, and then what was your signature? You put the 2 pieces of American cheese that never quite melted because it's mostly plastic.
Right.
Well, this is my version of it with that sauce, the potato and carrot based cheese sauce, and I have a beef substitute in here that gives you the same smoky flavor of the beef, gives you the same chew of the beef, and topped it with some breadcrumbs and threw it on the broiler.
Sounds
all right,
good.
so why don't you taste it? I'll wrangle this little monster.
Just plain the way it is?
Just plain the way it is. Now, you could put hot sauce on it. You could put different chili peppers on it, red pepper flake.
Wow.
Wow, what?
Delicious.
Really? So this is something you would definitely eat.
Everything on this table I would eat.
What's your favorite so far?
Well, I like this macaroni and cheese. I can't really choose any. I like the fondue and the fondue here.
Right.
Very much with the bread, and the broccoli is perfectly done.
Excellent.
And I love the dip. I can't really choose one. I like them all.
Now, if you started eating like this maybe once, twice a week, would you be happy with that?
Yes.
See, and it doesn't take much.
And
Easy.
I'm not the healthiest person when it comes to food.
No. You're basically a ticking time bomb walking around.
There you go.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
Okay.
Now, see, you can do anything with this dish, and the main thing is that you don't have to adopt a lifestyle or change everything that you do, but if you have a meal like this once, maybe twice a week, you're going to feel better about yourself, you're going to feel better health-wise, and you're going to feel better that, again, you're feeding yourself, you're feeding your family, and nothing had to die. That's the main thing. So we're going to keep chowing down. I'm sure Troy's going to be a handful. He's going to be running around the joint. But thanks for spending your time with us. We'll see you next time.